Well, this week on Reliving the Extreme, we're discussing the episode of ECW from January 2nd, 1996. Excited to get 1996 started in ECW. Nate Maxon, your host here, along with my brother Aaron. And Mr. Chad Austin.
Aaron, what did you say?
What?
What did you say when he introduced you? How did you say hello? Hello?
Said hello, everybody.
Oh, great. Great energy you got going on there.
But I really am excited to get 96 started because it's my favorite year in ECW.
Oh, totally, man. Yep, I agree.
96, early 97, that's my favorite ECW. So, and Aaron informed me that we accidentally skipped Holiday Hell 95. It's all right. I'm sure it's going to be the next 4 shows anyway, so we'll be all right, probably.
Yeah. We'll approach that on a different fucking show or some shit.
And we did skip the episode from Christmas Eve of 95 because there were some promos on it, but essentially it was just they re-aired the Rey Mysterio Psychosis Texas or Mexican or whatever it's called, fucking death match.
Sombrero or bowl.
Vince Russo wasn't booking it.
But you know what I mean?
Sombrero, bro.
Why wouldn't you air that? That was good shit.
Yeah, I know. It was good. It was just we had already watched it, so I figured why watch it again, you know. Hey, we'll just replay our review of that match.
That's what ECW does. They just replay shit. How many shows have we done this? Recap.
Yeah. We have to skip quite a few, but I guess I see why they did their TV the way they did it. Or, you know what I mean? I don't know. Just especially still in 95, maybe they're thinking, there may be somebody out there who hasn't seen this. Or, you know.
I mean, I totally get it. Why wouldn't you fucking, re-show that some highlights? It's not like it's nothing new, you know. And plus, it kills time.
Mm-hmm.
Show the highlights to somebody like you fucking handbones. We turn to the channel and be like, oh, what the fuck is this? A hurricane running off the top rope, kind of, you know what I mean? Oh,
yeah, well, and it was probably, to be honest, it was probably also a case of, we ran out of footage from the last time we taped TV. So this week
we don't have it. We don't have anything new to show you, so we're just going to show you the good shit that we actually have. You know, and who's going to complain?
Pilot stuff. Show that shit. The good stuff.
Well,
I'm ready to relive the extreme.
Aaron, any other thoughts on what we were saying there?
I can't hear Chad, but just they're replaying shit that they know is good, and if they don't have anything else, we might as well show something that people actually liked, and it was the Rey Mysterio Psychosis match.
I mean, but the whole undercard thing, like they didn't besides Hat, who else did they fucking show that was an undercard guy? They just highlighted fucking. I mean, we all did matches. You know, we all worked. Yeah, still never saw light of day. Yeah, you're gonna show a recap of Sabu and whoever the fuck.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? God damn it. Show the Carpenters once in a while.
I mean, it's why are we there? You know what I mean? If you're gonna tape it and you're not gonna air it, then what the fuck are we even doing?
And it's Paul. It's Paulie, so you may or may not get paid.
Oh no! I'm getting paid. I don't leave a building without a handshake. And fuck that. I'm way too over. Thanks for allowing me to be on your show.
I know you said sometimes you would be there with them when they were doing promos till like 2 or 3 in the morning. Was any of that ever because you were waiting to get your money? Like, I'll be here until the last motherfucker leaves so I can get paid.
Yeah, of course it was. Yeah, I mean that's what yeah, that's totally what it was. If you want to get paid, stick around. Stick around. And then you would see guys like Donnie Allen. You would be like, all right, well I ain't got time. Well, you didn't get paid. I'm sticking around. I don't work for free anymore, man.
But we open up this episode of ECW with fans outside the arena chanting ECW. Always a good idea to catch that magic of the fans being excited about seeing an ECW show. We flashed inside, and it's Joey Styles doing the intro, and they are doing their first show. He says their first show in New York City. I don't know why I thought they already had a show in New York City, but
I mean, wasn't Big Apple Blast already there?
I don't think so.
No, that hasn't come up yet. They've been in New York, but they just haven't been in New York City. Like, this is their first show that's actually in New York City proper, from what I understand.
They made it to the big con.
Yeah, because this one's at the Battalion Hall in Queens. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, but that was that's a great place for wrestling, dude. That place was great.
It reminded me visually. It reminded me of, and I don't know what that place was, but that place that they would do Mid Atlantic at sometimes, where it looked kind of
South Carolina.
Maybe, yeah. It just it looked really sprawled out. You know, it looked open, but it looked like you said, it looked like a great place for wrestling.
Yeah, it did. Man, I wasn't driving that far. I wasn't driving that far for that shit. Well, that was way too far for me, man. Especially for payoff.
To be honest with you, I've always said I don't even know if I'd ever want to go to New York City. I don't want to deal with that fucking shit, traffic, and.
Nah, dude, you don't. You totally don't. I after the first one time I went, I said I ain't doing it. They ain't gonna miss me. You know what I mean? It's not like Paul's running around yelling, has anybody seen Charleston? No, they weren't going to make me do it. But I wasn't doing any New York shows. The commission is a pain in the ass. It's like Maryland. What a pain in the ass.
Well, they show us the first thing they show is that Missy Hyatt is in attendance at this show. This is one of those things where they show you a bunch of clips from the show to go through it. So I'll just throw some things out. You guys comment as you please, but they show footage of Missy Hyatt being there, and she was kind of looking all the way live.
I don't agree. Because I sat here, when I watched the show and I sat here, I was like, dude, in 1986, and she was like top of her food chain as far as women. You know, it was like her, woman, Dark Journey. But dude, I don't know. All that fake shit just killed it for me. The lips.
Yeah, and you see now what happens.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, to me the hottest Missy was 93 through 96. But I'm younger than you guys, but that, like, when she wound up with like the Nasty Boys and started wearing leather and all that shit, I'm like, hell yeah, this is good stuff.
No, her hottest moment was 1986 when she was with Eddie. There was a great video of her. What was that song? I wish I had a girl that walked like that. And all it did was show her walking in a hallway, wearing different dresses and skirts and shit. That's all the whole entire video was.
And that's all it needed to be.
86. 86.
Yeah, I was just when was she? Was it 87 when she was in Dallas with Tatum?
No, that was before UWF.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Eddie Gilbert is the fucking man. Dude. You know, he starts booking a territory. He wants to bring in girls. Fuck yeah, I'll bring Missy Hyatt. I'm gonna fuck her anyway, like everybody else does. Yeah, she was hot. Her hottest was 86, 87. This Missy Hyatt was just nah. It didn't do shit for me.
They also show us footage of Paul Heyman giving an intro to the crowd. They show footage of JT Smith versus Hack Myers. They show us. They show us. They show us the.
Why do you think they showed the clips of that match? You tell me. I'll wait.
I assumed it was just because we're probably going to see the whole match in like 2 weeks.
Probably.
They also show. I wrote down. They show the girls of Goldfingers, or is this the girls of Gonorrhea?
Oh shit. Oh, it's definitely Paul fucking branching out and trying to do business with a strip club or some shit for a sponsor or something. Fuck them. Fucking idiot.
They also show footage of Seb. Oh, go ahead, Aaron.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. They also show footage of Sabu and Cactus Jack, Tommy Dreamer caning Sandman and Raven, and pile driving Beulah. Boy, we haven't seen that before.
Well,
they
there
show
you go, man. That's the start of a push Tommy Dreamer. Wish he was good. I mean, his shit looks good on tape, on video. I mean, on recaps and all, but he's awful.
Do you guys agree? I mean, I know Tommy's awful. we established that all the time, but just the Beulah getting pile driven thing, like it was fun the first time.
Right.
But once you do it on every fucking show, it seems, I don't know. It's kind of like, you only rip off Jimmy Hart's pants once a year and let him run around in his boxer shorts. It's a novelty, Yeah.
Well, my thing too is like they're like, oh, Raven, he's so mean and this, that, and the other thing. It's like he never hit her.
Oh.
You know what I mean? But Tommy's like beating her up every week.
Pile driver.
Then he knocks her up. He ain't gonna tell anybody. Like Tommy's the asshole.
Essentially, later on down the line, Beulah gets Stockholm syndrome.
I don't even know what that
is. She falls in love with her abuser.
I guess you're right.
It's like maybe if I give him a little ass, he'll stop pile driving me. Jesus.
Yeah, dude. Could you imagine in real life if like I pile drive like Renee, and she called the cops and the game? What happened? Why? I gave her a pile driver. I mean, in real life. And I held her up there, and everybody can see her fucking underwear.
And then you do it every 4 weeks.
Dude, the girl's getting piled driven like she's fucking like Pete Doherty out there. Like every single week, you get piled driven abroad. What, Bill? We ain't got no more bras. We're running out of bras.
Then we see, we see Bubba Ray Dudley pinning the Blue Meanie. More footage of Sabu and Cactus Jack.
Which is not bad. I had no problem with that. Did you?
No, not at all. I mean, if you're trying to highlight some of your product, show me Sabu and Cactus Jack. Don't show me Tommy Dreamer. Show me Sabu and Cactus Jack.
Right. They showed. I mean, I made note about how they showed all the high spots. And again, if I was a casual fan of the channel, I saw that. Damn, is what I would say. Damn. I'd watch it.
Aaron, any comment on that?
I'm trying to you guys keep going. I'm trying to figure out why my audio is all jacked up.
Okay.
Well,
then we see the end of a match. I beulah the match was Sandman versus Raven. Beulah accidentally Beulah accidentally hits or shoots hairspray in Raven's face. But then Cactus attacks the Sandman and Raven pins the Sandman. And what I wrote down was this match for the title? I don't think this match was for the title. I don't know.
Well, I mean, they can do. They have creative liberty. They can do whatever they want. Probably at the arena, if I said it was. But, during editing, you guys nah, ain't for the hell.
Or, I mean, it could be something where we're going to find out, later on down the line in one of these upcoming shows what this match was all about. But I honestly don't remember from my actual, memory. So let's see if Aaron, do you know the Sandman Raven deal on this show? I don't think they ever discuss it on this show, whether they're going to discuss it later on. But Raven pins Sandman, but was that match for the title? Because I don't think it was.
No.
Was it part of a tag match?
I don't know what it was, but it wasn't for the belt because this was that time where he was doing that 3-way thing or that 3-match series deal. So I think it's just I'd have to look up the card, but I'm sure it was probably just some Paulie was really good at being in the arena and just shooting shit out there, not having any breakdown between the matches. So this would happen and that would happen and that would happen and dot. And I think it was just a thing where it wound up those two ended up fighting each other and it was just a match. But it wasn't for the belt or anything.
But it was good. I thought it was good.
I'm really looking forward to their feud though. Their main feud coming up.
But Sandman and Raven?
Yeah. That's good shit.
Great input, Aaron.
Well, Stevie Richards and the Blue Meanie come out to the ring. Stevie sees Missy Hyatt and proceeds to act like she should know who the hell he is.
Well, nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's a great angle. What did she buy a ticket?
It's a good pickup line. You don't remember me?
Yeah, we'll wait till I lose here in 5 minutes.
Missy pretty much tries to blow him off, and then he essentially says, "I'll get you a date with Raven." So then
if you actually do blow me off.
Yeah, if you do blow me off, take the off the end of that.
Fuck that, dude. I wouldn't. I would have no interest in Missy Hyatt whatsoever, especially at this time. She was terrible.
By this time, she's been around.
Oh Oh yeah. I mean, since '83. Look at it that way. She was fucking the boys since '83. I was fucking 11, and she's fucking Eddie Gilbert, John Tatum. I mean, seriously, who fucked John Tatum? Who booked John Tatum? Actually, I love John Tatum.
Yeah, me too. I'm a fan of John Tatum. I still wouldn't fuck him though.
Isn't he dead?
Not dead.
And Tatum's not dead, no.
No. Okay. Missy is involved. Missy is involved in one of my favorite wrestling stories, backstage stories ever, though.
Which one?
It's the one where that UFC guy, that Paul Varlins or whatever, doesn't want to put over Taz, but she tells him, if you put Taz over, I'll blow you afterwards. So then he lets Taz choke him out, and then he gets to the back, and he's like, you ready to do this? And she's like, I don't blow jobbers. What are you talking about?
Well, the next thing we see on this show is Too Cold Scorpio and Mikey Whipwreck in a match that's for the TV title and also for the tag team titles. Scorpio is essentially defending the tag team titles and the TV title in a singles match against Mikey. So, I mean, your assumption would be Mikey gets to pick his partner if he wins the tag team titles. I'm not a big fan of this. I mean, I like the fact of what they did at the end. I do like it, and we'll get to it, but not a big fan of the tag titles being on the line as singles match.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it sounds great, like on the surface. It sounds like it means something, but at the end of the day, I totally agree. Who gives a fuck? So now I beat you. I gotta find somebody. You know what I mean?
Like,
Yeah.
unless, like, I like the concept of like Sandman being the ECW champion and the World Tag Team champion, but unless you're gonna have him have to defend both belts in one night, why even fucking do it? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It doesn't make it.
That's the way you should have done it. He would have had to fucking defend the belt twice in one night. I mean, a different belt. I mean, that's the way I would have done it.
Then he could have been like, "Oh, look how hardcore and badass this guy is. He's fighting twice a night in these rough matches and shit." But instead, it's like it was dumb. It doesn't. It's.
That it was dumb.
It was dumb. Like even Joel Gertner has to be out there being like, tonight's match is scheduled for one fall. It's for Too Cold Scorpio's tag team television championship and his tag team championship, and also for the Sandman's tag team championship. Like, what the fuck? It's too much, man.
I hope Scorpio had to carry them belts around. Them belts are heavy as shit. And he got what, 3 of them? He had to have his 120 pounds in his bag of just the belts. And then I looked at it like, why Scorpio? You know what I mean? You couldn't find nobody better than that.
I think I just don't. I guess I agree with you, Aaron. I don't understand why they put the tag titles on Scorpio and Sandman if they weren't going to go with they had both have to defend their singles titles on the same night gimmick. Doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, you've got all these tag teams, put the tag team titles on one of your fucking tag teams.
Yeah. Like, you have the Eliminators and the Pitbulls wrestling every fucking week. You know?
Chad Austin and Donnie Allen.
Chad Austin and Donnie Allen.
Yeah, we were like 5th ranked as far as title matches. Sure.
See, I think the whole all of them holding all the belts is dumb.
It's always stupid, in my opinion. I think it always stinks. I never like that with anyone. Having all the gold.
Like, unless you're gonna make it an, I don't even ever think they made it an angle where those two ended up feuding with each other or anything. Like, unless you're gonna make it an angle with the two guys becoming like in a feud or something, I don't like it.
No, I agree.
Like, I think back in the day, one of the coolest things. Remember when what was it? Barry and Ronnie Garvin won the tag belts together.
Barry?
And yeah, Barry Windham and Ronnie Garvin, they won the tag belts. And what was Ronnie Garvin was like what, the national champion or the television champion? I can't remember.
National
So
champion.
what you saying was he wasn't happy being second rate.
Well, no, like they won the tag belts, and then they said that Ronnie Garvin, they told Ronnie Garvin a guy can't hold two belts, so he has to give up a championship. Like, you can either give up the tag team titles or give up the national championship. So then he gave up the national championship to team with Barry. And I think it would have been cool is like what would have been cool is he gives up the belt, and then like 2 weeks later, Barry gets pinned by like Tully and Arn, and they lose the tag belts, and then Ronnie kicks the shit out of him because he's like, I gave up my belt for you, and now you just lost. You know, that would have been a great fucking angle.
Ray probably doesn't go down, I guess.
But this thing, it's just like I don't like the two gold Scorpio Sandman debacle.
That I have a problem with. Because I like the two gold Scorpio. I like that. But it was how they presented it that I didn't like. Aaron had a great point about, if you're gonna have them belts, you gotta defend them on the same fucking show. You know? So what? You just had a fucking 25-minute match with like Chris Benoit or me. You know? You still gotta go out there and defend the tag team titles.
Yeah, if you want to be a champion, you have to defend your championship.
Yeah.
Well, it's not Roman Reigns.
All right, Aaron, your notes on this? Do you have any notes on this actual matchup itself? I have a few, but
like you were saying, the idea is stupid, but the match is really good, I think. And it's just a good match between two guys that are good in the ring, and I think watching ECW like we are, like Mikey has like it tends to get away from him later on, but the early ECW, Mikey has like one of the best stories in the entire fucking history of ECW. I love his fucking story. It's great. Just this guy that just gets ragdolled around, and over time he just becomes tougher and tougher and tougher, and it's good shit. And like by the time he gets to this, he's like finally able to stand up to like Cactus and Raven and just everything. It's a good fucking story, and I don't want to spoil the end of the match, but
like Aaron said, this match is really good, and like you said, also Mikey's story is really good. This match is I actually wrote down this match is pretty fucking killer, actually, from what we saw of it. These guys worked really well together. I don't always think Scorpio's style lends well to him being a heel, but it did in this match.
well, it's because he was able to be the bigger guy. Like, he was able to be a bully in this match. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. I agree. Yeah, 100%. Like Scorpio was like, he was like, dude, come on, he's like, you gotta be kidding me, right? Mike Goodbrack, you gotta be kidding me. Yeah, I thought it was cool. Plus, I mean, when's the last time you saw Scorpio talk or do anything before that?
It's been a minute.
WCW, he never talked. You know?
Yeah, well, and when he did, it was a nightmare.
Well, I've never seen him do it. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I guess I did. When it was like
We've watched the new promos on here, or watch him when he's talking to them little kids in WCW when he's like doing the "Here Comes Too Cold Scorpio" video. And one little black kid's like, "Nah, we going to the game room." He's like, "You ain't going no arcade." He's like, "He just said game room." And then he dunks on a little fat white kid. And they're like, he's like, "You got to go to school, get your education."
Not like me.
They're like, "Are we gonna take your limousine?" He's like, "No, we gonna step."
Yeah,
And then that big black lady at the beginning, it's like, I don't know if she's excited the Too Cold's showing up or if she's like warning the children.
Look out, he got Too Cold Scorpio. Yeah.
And then he just dunks on a fat.
Thank you for letting
She's
us
like,
know.
"Look out, here comes." She's like, "Look out, here comes Too Cold Scorpio." And then like he dunks on the fat little white kid. He's like, little fat white kid's on the ground. He's like, "I should have listened to Nell Carter." God damn it.
And now it turns out that fat white kid was Mikey Whipwreck.
That white kid. I mean, I thought it was a good match.
Yeah, and like you guys were saying, it's they tell a good story of essentially Too Cold bullying Mikey during this match.
Like essentially, he could have beat him anytime he wanted to. That's the angle, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's been done a million times, and it always works.
Yeah, because Scorpio lets Mikey out of a couple of pins because, like you said, that's the story. His character's feeling confident. He also kicks out of a couple of pin attempts by Mikey when Mikey makes his comeback. Scorpio winds up splashing the referee.
I mean, how did you feel with the spot?
The ref spot?
I had mixed emotions about that. Like, I thought it was a good way to bump the ref, but I also thought it was kind of cheesy.
I don't like ref bumps I don't like ref bumps in ECW because isn't ECW supposed to be a promotion without disqualifications anyway? I'm just saying,
Like,
why do you need
you're right.
Why do you need to bump the ref?
If the ref wasn't down, would he have disqualified Mikey because Cactus got involved? No. Because anything goes.
Just so everybody knows, Jim Molyneux took way too many unnecessary bumps.
As the referee.
Yeah. Poor guy.
Fun here. This guy took
They're like, and Jim, next we're gonna hit you with a flaming chair. And he's like, "Why? Why do you keep doing this to me?"
Just make sure it's at the back.
It's ECW. I'm just here to count to 3.
ECW?
Yeah, that's all the ref has to do in ECW. Or call a submission, but yeah, technically they shouldn't have to disqualify anybody. It's ECW.
I know. They brawl outside the ring for 20 minutes, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like 2 minutes, and chairs are being involved,
and then all of a sudden, oh, our babyface is in trouble. The ref's down. They've been outside the ring cracking each other with barbed wire for 36 minutes. Jesus Christ.
And then the ref's down. Holy mackerel.
And they weren't even nice to him like they were in Japan with their fucking hardcore referees where they put him in like dog catcher outfits and a fucking football helmet.
They should have adopted that, man. That'd be great. It was always like before the shows, everybody's sitting there. The referee would walk out first. Bob Ortiz will already be in the ring. But then when you see the referee come out, and you go, all right, now the show's starting. Which I always liked anyway. That's my own personal preference.
We wind up getting Scorpio gives Mikey multiple power bombs here. He goes up to the top rope to do a top rope move, and Cactus Jack comes out, pushes Too Cold off the turnbuckle, and helps Mikey win the match. And Mikey is now TV champion and one half of the tag team champions. And this is where Cactus's jig is up here, because he did this so that Mikey would make him the other half of the tag team champions. But Mikey says no.
Why would he say that?
Because he thinks Cactus Jack is a mean man now.
Yeah, he's hanging with the Raven. Uncle Mick's the son of a bitch, is what he's thinking.
Is son of a bitch? So now we're doing our son of a bitch awards.
Son of a bitch award. Number 1.
Like,
well, after this deal, we get a Public Enemy video, because coming up at the next show that we're going to watch, the House Party 96, is going to be the Public Enemy's last appearance in ECW. And it couldn't have come quick enough. Bye-bye. But before that, the Public Enemy come out to the ring, and they are attacked by the Gangstas, and we get a match between the Public Enemy and the Gangs. I don't even know if it's necessarily a match. Well, yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It
is, because they were supposed to fight the Bodies, but Tom Pritchard left. Like, he jumped and went back to Vince before this thing happened.
well, what's the story about Tom Pritchard leaving? Is it money?
I think it was just money, and Vince offered him to come back, and he's about to become Zip, which is funny because he was supposed to be, the original name was Flip. And if you listen to Joey on commentary, he even mentions it, because he's like, this match was supposed, like, because they're saying that it was supposed to be the Heavenly Bodies versus Public Enemy, but they don't know who's going to fight because Tom Pritchard is left. And he goes, yeah, Tom Pritchard, he's no longer with the ECW. He's flipped out. And then Joey's like, that'll be funny in 2 weeks, I promise.
What was it?
No, because they ended up calling him Zip.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. People can say what they want, but he went back to the WWF, dyed his hair blonde, cut his hair, dyed it blonde, called himself Zip, and went on to make quite a bit of money with that company. So God bless him.
Yeah, wouldn't you do it?
Not hating on him.
Yep. That's why I always say that. Like when somebody's like, oh, that guy sold out, or he had a stupid gimmick in the WWF in the 80s. It's like he made more fucking money than he had ever made in his career. So I'm sure he's okay with it. Like the Bushwhackers. You think the Bushwhackers were mad that they had to not bleed and shit anymore? I'm sure they were pretty happy being the Bushwhackers.
Every Tuesday, going to the mailbox.
Yep.
I got no problem with that,
man. What was it? But Butch is the one that passed, right? Like Luke's still around. No, I think Luke's still alive.
Oh.
But it's like I always say all the time, it's like when guys will do conventions, like the Bushwhackers, they do conventions together. It was never like coming to WrestleCon, the Sheep Herders. It was coming to Comic-Con, WWE Hall of Famers, the Bushwhackers. You know what I mean? It's like, so I'm just saying that? It's like
what's that Scott Hall quote? Everybody likes to call it the wrestling business until you start trying to treat it like a business.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, everybody wants to call it the wrestling business until you start trying to treat it like a business, and then you're an asshole. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
him and Kevin, what he was basically saying was him and Kevin got shit on because they were trying to make money and wanted to make more and more money, and everybody was like, well, fuck you. It's like, well, you hustle, motherfucker. You do it.
Yeah.
You say it's a wrestling business. Well, I'm treating it like a business, and I'm making money. But now that I'm making more money than you, I'm a fucking asshole.
Yeah,
like, no.
I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole because I was smart enough to go to WCW and see that sucking up to Hulk Hogan was going to make me a bunch of fucking money. Yeah, I'll be the asshole with the full bank account.
Yeah, that's awful. Oh my god, that's terrible.
It's like all them people that shit. Just all them people that shit on Hunter. You know, I know he's not where he was or what. I don't know what's going on with him, but like people are like, oh, he's just this, and this. It's like he's a successful motherfucker, and it's people wanting to hate on somebody because they figured it out and you didn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, I mean, all those.
It's like, who would you rather be? And I like both these guys, but it's like, who would you rather be, Kevin Nash or Dynamite Kid? Like, would you rather be this guy that's successful, has a lot of? I know Kevin had tragedy happen to him or whatever, but it's like, would you rather be this guy that had a lot of money and is finishing out his life doing podcasts and having a good time, or being the guy in the fucking wheelchair that died in a fucking camper or whatever Dynamite Kid died in? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, that shit pisses me off. Anyway, I'm not saying Dynamite Kid died in a camper, but
I think it was pretty close.
Dynamite Kid died in the camper or Hulk.
Well, to wrap this show up here,
either way, I know Kid was on wheels. I know that much at least.
Mustafa rolls up. Yeah. No, that's what we got. We got Mustafa rolling up Rocco Rock for a pin in that match. We get a Gangsters promo, which isn't much of anything, but it's, you know, it's selling what's coming next with the Public Enemy and the Gangsters to end Public Enemy's run in ECW.
Where'd they go?
Who?
The Gangsters, like, because they were there and then they were gone for a little bit and now they're back. Like, did they? I don't think they went back to Smoky Mountain.
No, I think didn't New Jack get hurt?
Or in jail? I don't know.
I think he had an arm. I think New Jack had an arm injury, so they were just gone for a couple of TV tapings because he was hurt, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't go to any other promotions or anything that I know.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss something where they explained it or whatever, but they were just gone for a little bit. But anyway.
He's going for a little bit longer.
Now he is.
Yep, him and Ruler Hall.
We get a Public and Dynamite Kid, all in a camper.
Who knew Mustafa? Who knew Mustafa would be the last man standing?
He did. That's why he's going. Ha, 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 ha.
Yeah, right. All them guys, Mustafa was the only one that was left. Jesus Christ.
Last laugh, Mustafa. After that, we get a Public Enemy promo. I didn't write anything down about that. And then Cactus Jack comes into the locker room with.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
It's like their last promo, and it was actually the only good one.
Yeah, it was good. I agree.
Like they went like 2 years doing these hokey, shitty promos, and then at the end of it, like at the end, they're like talking about how we're gonna leave the gangsters land because we're the baddest motherfuckers in this goddamn company. It's like, why didn't you do that from the beginning? Like, this promo didn't have any, oh, Johnny, what are we gonna do? It was just two guys like, we're bad motherfuckers and we're gonna kick the shit out of these guys in New York. It's like, why haven't you been doing this since the beginning? You would have been tolerable. Anyway.
Tolerable.
Yeah, it's like your last day. It's like it would be like your last day at Dunkin' Donuts, and you're just half-assing it for 2.5 years. And then, like, the last day you work, you make all the donuts, the coffee's ready, you run on the register, you're doing a great job, and your boss is just like, the fuck, man? Where have you been?
Well, I would
Anyway.
never do that.
Well, maybe they're just happy that they're going somewhere they know they're going to get paid.
ECW.
It's like now we don't have to steal the promoter's wallet. This is going to be great.
The promoter is stealing Ted Turner's wallet.
Yeah.
Not our problem.
Yep. Thank you, fuck you, bye.
And then we wrap up this show with Cactus Jack presenting or trying to present the championships to Raven. There's a whole thing. There's a whole like Saturday Night Live skit going on here with Raven and Cactus Jack and Mikey Whipwreck and.
Well, essentially what the story is Raven or Cactus is trying to present Raven with all the belts and Mikey Whipwreck. And Raven's like, I don't want those belts, and I seriously don't want Mikey Whipwreck. Like, Mick is trying to like bring his two friends together because he likes Mikey and he likes Raven. Mikey doesn't like Raven. Raven doesn't like Mikey. Mikey doesn't like Cactus anymore because Cactus is hanging with Raven. And it turns into like basically Mikey walking off and Raven pushing around Mick. And they actually do it cool because he gets pushed around, and Mick's kind of like laughing it off. But by the time it's over, it's almost like, I don't know the exact verbiage, but Mick basically looks at him and he's like, you're not going to tell me what to do. You know what I mean? Like I'll hang out with who I want to hang out. Like, I'm still with you, but I'll hang out with who I want to hang out with. And they kind of have like a stare down at the end of it. It's actually, if you watch it, and I'm not saying you guys didn't, but if you pay attention to it, it's actually pretty cool because he goes into it thinking, oh, the boss is gonna like this, and then it's like, I'm still Cactus Jack. You can only push me around so much. You know what I mean? Like, one slap's fine, but 5 or 6, I don't know about that. You know,
I agree.
I actually enjoyed it.
But I always love Cactus and Mikey tag team. You know, Mikey being fucking scared, little kid. Cactus being on fire, all this shit. You know what I mean? Like, I always liked that when he was trying to make. I mean, you can see it. He's trying to get fucking Mikey over, right?
Yeah, and not only in real life, but also in the storyline. He's doing, it's art imitating life. He's trying to get Mikey over when they're working together, but he's also, the character of Cactus Jack is trying to get Mikey Whipwreck over with Raven. So it's kind of, like I said, it's art imitating life, and it's fun to see that through. I just think it's also great to see that through all the different stories that they go through between the two of them, Mikey and Cactus's careers intertwining in ECW. It's one of the great ECW stories.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, as far as, besides Raven and Richard, like, yeah, that was a great story. Of Cactus, he's trying to make a man out of Mikey. I mean, that's a it's an everyday man story, in my opinion. I mean, look at how easy it was. It was easy.
Well, overall, I don't know. I didn't dislike this episode of ECW. I thought that the title match was good. Like I said, the title situation is kind of convoluted. Actually, Mikey winning the belt made the title story better because now you have the thing going on with Mikey and Mick,
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, it's better than Scorpio having every belt. Yeah, it's a great story, man. I totally agree.
Aaron, what did you think overall of the episode?
I give the show a solid B. because it didn't have a lot of recap in it. It was like, how do I say it? It's kind of, I hate when you say like reset or whatever, but it wasn't really a reset. It was just we're showing you where we're going now. Like this other shit, it's done now. We're moving forward, and
Here we
we got
are,
new
man. I mean,
angles.
how many shows have we done where we were like begging for this? You know?
Yeah, there
How
wasn't any recap in this. There wasn't any whatever. It was just it was a good story, and like the Mick um Mikey thing was good. The gangsters coming back, and now they're gonna end up beating out the Public Enemy. You know what I mean? Like it's all good shit. I thought it was a good
then
show.
he leaves like what 2 weeks later? Great.
Like
Yeah,
I didn't have a lot to make.
I'm sorry, man.
Sorry.
I thought it was more than a decent show. I thought it was a good show. For the same reasons why Aaron liked it, because they told like a lot of good stories, you know, in an hour. So yeah, I agree. I'll give it a solid B plus. It was a solid show, in my opinion.
All right, and like I said, that we're now embarking on and I it's skipping record here, but we're now embarking on my favorite time in ECW, so I'm excited to start the year 1996 and review this stuff next week. Aaron is correct; it's House Party 96 next week, right?
Yes.
See,
The Swan Song.
this shit pissed me off because that's when like I was gone and I was in Memphis and I was watching ECW and I'm thinking I should have been there.
Yeah, what the shit?
You know, what am I doing here? I mean, look at where I left. Jesus.
Well, that being said,
even Walmart and go on the stable line. What the fuck?
With that being said, we will wrap up this week's edition of Reliving the Extreme. Like I said, we'll see everybody next week for House Party 1996.